Naked Heart Revolution is the go-to podcast for high-achieving individuals seeking to transform their relationships and life. Hosted by Jenny Bingham, an intimacy reset coach. Each episode explores emotional reconnection, personal growth, or business insight through expert guests sharing real stories and strategies. Whether you want to deepen your connection with your partner or elevate your business, this podcast delivers the tools and mindset shifts needed for lasting change. Subscribe to join the community focused on intentional healing and empowerment.
And through the process of becoming an author, it's an identity shift. And you get clarity about so many things that you didn't realize about yourself, about what you know, and about what you're here to do in the world.
Ooh, hold on. If they're writing a book and then they're getting some clarity about their self that they didn't think of, how do you help them get to that realization?
I've had clients that have started new businesses because of their book, elevated the businesses that they were in because of it. I've had clients that we also work with a lot of professionals, doctors, lawyers, CPAs, that kind of thing. We've published for them as well. And I've had many of them, because of the experience of becoming an author, also become an entrepreneur. I've had many of them elevate and add to their professional practice, because now you're seen as the expert in your field. Mm-hmm. And through the process of becoming an author, it's an identity shift. And you get clarity about so many things that you didn't realize about yourself, about what you know, and about what you're here to do in the world.
Ooh, hold on. If they're writing a book and then they're getting some clarity about their self that they didn't think of, how do you help them get to that realization?
Yeah. So I use my attorney skills, and I'm actually interviewing you and pulling out your authentic stories, your wisdom, your insights, your experiences. And I can see patterns where other people may not see, oh, well, this goes with that. And how? And we show how it all flows together. I can also see the holes and disconnect. So sometimes they'll give me what they've written, and they're like, yeah, and I can see where there's gaps. And like, oh, let's fill in this gap. Let's make this the reader experience. Let's take the reader on a journey that they will enjoy and want to connect with you more and work with you more. I've even had I have a few clients that have written books on their own with, an AI program, and they're like, I hate my book. Can you please help me fix this? Can you please help me make this me? And we've done that as well. And I, prefer to start authentically from them, inside out. But like I said, we meet the client wherever they are, and we get them to publish an authentically them book. Something that's actually going to make an impact in lives. So it's a lot of fun. I've done the interviews in as little as 4 days together. I've met with clients live around the world, where we sit in a cafe, we sit in a park, we go for a walk, and they're becoming an author in that. Who knew you can go for a walk in a park and become an author?
True.
And I've also met on Zoom and did it this way too.
Okay, I was going to ask about that too. All right. Now, you said impact lives, change lives. Has there been any couples who wanted to write a book or write a book together?
Oh, yes. I've had several couples actually become authors together in this process. I had one couple out of Germany. She is an artist doing found art sculptures, gallery, known in her profession in her area. Her husband, he's a poet, and I took her art and his poems and created one book. Beautiful, big, colorful, and in a way that you would not expect, where his poems married with her art, just like the two of their lives were married together. And that book was beautiful and put out. I have another book that's about to be published. A couple, she is, they're both in a space where they help people become entrepreneurs through their business. Can I say it? Through LifeWave. And they are an incredible, beautiful couple, Gregory and Robin. And their book is coming out very, very soon. It's almost done.
Oh.
And we're bringing both of their viewpoints, both of their voices together in this book, where they're showing people how to create a life through having their own business, and decades of their wisdom is being shared in this book, and specifics on how you take what they learned and just do it and apply it. They're self-made millionaires because of what they've done, and they're willing to share it in a book.
Ooh. Now that is definitely something that is going to help a lot of many people out in the future.
Yes.
Okay, so because they're a couple and in business and working wrote the book together, now if we could go more on a personal aspect with you. Now you've been working the one job for 7 years that you felt like you should have quit after
Yeah.
and then the process of writing the book and everything. In your relationship during that time, I'm guessing there was, because of stressors at work, the relationship might have been going up and down as well. So what's a couple of ways that you're able to talk or get through the hard times?
Unfortunately, we did not. It's that was one of the challenges of me knowing I needed to leave that job, because my husband at the time was not in support of me quitting my job. And it's not that anything against him. He's a great guy, and but security and stability in the form of a job, of being an employee, was something that was very important and necessary for him. And for me, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who has a ridiculous, unrelenting belief in herself, who can, be okay with having it all or having nothing, and finding and building it all again. I have a different tolerance for instability, for uncertainty. And so that just wasn't matching up for us. And even though this was who I was when we met, when you meet somebody in a relationship, often when they're different than you and how you show up in the world, it's exciting and it's interesting and it's fun. And so that's what I was. And for him, he was and still is like one of the people I trust most in the world. And I know most people can't say that, don't say that about their ex-husbands. I do. He's a great guy. He's very stable, very secure. He what he says he means, and I needed that and I wanted that in my life. And so we brought to each other what we wanted and needed in our life. And so that was a beautiful match. And I think a lot of people, when a relationship stops working, they want to, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Go, well, this person was terrible. This person, blah, 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 and it doesn't have to be that way. I always said I was going to write a book about this too. And so we did what I call a conscious uncoupling. We said, let's allow each other to go be happy, because we are not together, because we want a different life. And so instead of trying, like a lot of couples, when they end their relationship, they try to destroy each other. They're in their feelings and hurt and stuff. We decided, let's not do that. Let's do something else. And I said, where can we start from that we agree on? What can we start that what do we both want? And we said we both want our child Alex to be happy.
Oh.
And so I said, let's build our divorce agreement around that.
Oh, so the focus is on a happy point instead of all hurt and anger and frustration.
And I'll get mine and I'll hurt you and yeah. And so we started from again. I'll quote Tony Robbins a lot because he's also, one of my coaches for like 12 years and big influence in my life. And one of the things he says is where focus goes, energy flows. And so we redirected our focus of we're not happy. We've been trying for a decade to make this work and fix the marriage and get in alignment and do the things. And when we're in flow, we were great together. But there were so many times when we just weren't syncing up. And we said, okay, let's decide to focus on not our individual unhappiness, but let's decide to focus on what would make us both happy. We would both be in joy and happy if Alex is happy. And so we said, what would that take? And so asking a better and more empowering question is always a great starting point. And we sat down with a pad and paper, big yellow pad, pens, and we each had our own, and we wrote out what we wanted, what we needed for ourselves individually, with that as the focus. What does Alex need? What will keep Alex happy? And when we looked at each other's lists, we were able to easily make concessions because we knew it was in Alex's best interest.
See, that is something so vital in a relationship. Either it's a couple or a business or family, that you reach that middle ground. Because as you said, you attempted for so many years to make it work. It's not like, okay, it's been 30 months or 20 days, that's it, throw in the towel. No, you really tried. And when you both realize, okay, this is a different path. So yes. Definitely have that book out. Have this out sometime in the future, because that is definitely something that will help out quite a few out there. So going into the book process, you said you've helped many couples already. In the future, if couples said, okay, we're kind of curious, not even that they want to, but they're kind of curious. So what type of things should they know in advance or think about in advance before they come see you?
Nothing.
Oh,
absolutely nothing. One of the things that hold people back is that they think that they have to have it all figured out. They think that they have to have certain answers before they begin. And so often just showing up is all that needs to happen. Just taking that first step of showing up is all that needs to happen. Right now, I'm about to do that. I'll get into that in a second. But we get into freeze mode and we go, well, after I figure this out, after I'm perfect in this, after I get to this level in my career, after the kids are out of the house, after, and we're always waiting to start. So many people that come to me, they say, everyone I talk to says I should become an author, I should write a book. When I tell my story, they say, oh my God, do you have a book about this? Or they come and they say, I have this desire inside of me to write a book or become an author, but I don't know what it's about, and I'm not quite clear or sure. Or they say, I have so many ideas, I don't know which one to choose. And I always start them with what I call my open heart meditation process. And in just 5 minutes, I get them absolute clarity on what they're supposed to be writing about first.
Wow. So I guess this comes from your interview process of being a lawyer, in the past and everything. Now,
yes, and also from being an empath and from being able to hold space and bring people in, and through I've done decades of personal development training and coaching, and I help to support and coach others through several organizations that I'm a part of. And so I have a lot of practice in helping people to tap in to themselves.
Nice. So they don't have to be nervous about it. You'll be able
Yeah.
to just make it a casual conversation.
Yes, yeah, it's so much fun and it's beautiful, and I love when that light bulb comes on. So either they're going to get clarity where they didn't have any, or they're going to get confirmation on, yeah, this is what I thought it was. Absolutely. And it's confirmation, and it's even a download of more details. So remember I told you in the One Law, that first book, I had this download. I
Yeah.
helped them to have that experience. But instead of it being 3 a.m. and over multiple days, it's 5 minutes and easy and fun.
Excellent, excellent. So when people want to get a hold of you, where's the best place for them to go?
Yeah, so awaforlife.com. That's AWA number 4 LIFE.com. Or you can check out, me and some of our authors on marjah360.com. That's MARJAH 360.com.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Marjah, for everything. This has been enlightening in more ways than one.
Oh, thank you. Thank
I look,
you.
I look forward to more conversations with you.
I look forward to it as well, and I'm so happy that I got to be, I've published and co-authored and did book compilations with over a dozen books on my own, including one with you, which I'm excited that you and I are in a book together. And not only is it a book, thank you, Jim, it's a Guinness Book of World Record holding authored book, which is an incredible accolade. Something that is, I think most authors, don't have, and that's pretty special. So I'm honored to have that experience with you, Jenny.
Awesome. Likewise, because without that, we wouldn't have this chance to actually coordinate and chat
Reconnect.
reconnect for sure.
Yeah, because we had met each other years and years ago.
Yes. Oh, that's so true. That's so true.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, thank you for everything, and have a wonderful rest of your day, month, night, week, year. Well, we'll talk before the end of the year anyways.
Absolutely. I look forward to having you on my podcast. I look forward to having many, many more experiences with you.
Excellent.